And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. Tonight, the Hornets at home inside the Hornets nest, taking on the visiting Lakeview Honkers. So glad that you're with us on this fine Thursday night. My name is Josh Eldridge, and getting ready for some high school girls basketball coming up. The 4-5 Hornets getting set to host the 7-1 Lakeview Lady Honkers. We'll talk a little bit about the team seasons so far and take a look ahead at the Skyline Conference schedule coming up for the HENLEY Hornets. They begin league play on the 13th of January, but still some preseason action to go. Is the final game before the holiday break. The Hornets looking to come away with a big win against a 3A powerhouse in the Lakeview Lady Honkers. We'll get some history on Lakeview when we continue our pregame coverage of Lady Hornets basketball tonight at home against Lakeview on mybasin.com. Leave it here.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we welcome you back to Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com. Still a few minutes away from tip-off as the Lady Hornets getting ready to take on the Lakeview Honkers. And for Lakeview, coming into tonight's matchup, 7-1 overall on the season. As a matter of fact, they started the year 6-0. Didn't pick up their first loss until December 16th, and it was a big loss, 51-28 to Crane. But other than that, they've been in control of these games, never scoring less than 45 points, and in fact scoring 50 in every other win besides one against Modoc. They have put up points this season. They opened this season with a win against Klamath Union, a nearly 20-point victory there before completely crushing Lost River 56-17. That was back on December 2nd. Turned around and beat Oak Ridge 55-27. And they beat Modoc, Bonanza, Modoc again by 30 points, 51-21 in that second meeting with Modoc. Of course, that loss to Crane I mentioned before beating Burns by 20 points. That was back on December 17th. Find themselves back on the road here at HENLEY High School and looking for a big win against the Hornets, against a 4A team. Meantime, for HENLEY, they've gotten off to a bit of a stagnant start this season. 4-5 overall on the year. They have pretty much traded wins for losses so far. They picked up 2 straight on the 16th and 17th against Crater and then turning around and losing to Sutherland. Other than that, it was a win against Caldera their last time out. The Lady Hornets picking up a 64-38 win over the Wolfpack. That was back on the 20th up in the Bend area. And for the Lady Hornets, as they prepare for league play, this is about the spot they found themselves in last year. So as you talk about being just about 500 before league play starts, they're still ironing out some kinks, but with some great leaders on the team like Amy Campos, who we'll see tonight, along with Holly Parker and Anna Harper, some girls returning from the starting lineup last year. There's a lot of experience on this Hornets team that they didn't have last year, and they're looking to propel it into another big season. Still, in non-conference play, looking to grab their final win of the season before the holidays. And then, of course, a short break before they're back at action at Crook County on the 28th. They've got a couple of holiday tournaments, and then you open up league play on January 19th. So a lot of basketball that we're really excited for, and you can stay on the ride all season long right here on mybasin.com. We'll have Lady Hornets basketball all throughout league play, along with the boys on the league play nights as well, right here on mybasin.com. Just a few minutes away from tip is the Hornets getting ready to take on Lakeview. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, it's time for starting lineups and tip-off tonight on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home, I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So throw it here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Of happiness for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, that means we're just about ready for basketball tonight from inside the Hornets' nest. It's time now to meet our starting lineup, beginning with the visiting Lakeview Honkers. Starting at guard, a senior 5'6", Brianna Struble. At the other guard position, senior 5'6", Savannah Greenfield. Number 13, a senior 5'10", Carly Vickerman. And number 14, a senior 5'11", Tyler McNeely. And Kenna Stratton in the post. the junior 6 foot tall. The Honkers are coached by Cody Blair, assisted by Joseph Utley and Luke Roth. Now let's meet the hometown Lady Hornets. Starting at guard, a freshman Lily Fussell. And the forward position, senior number 11, Holly Parker, followed by junior number 12, Maya Mock. Annie Campos, the junior number 15 in the starting lineup tonight, along with number 22, the sophomore, Anna Harper. The Hornets are coached tonight by Randy Denson, assisted by Heidi Friend and Kevin Petrick. Hornets tonight in their home white uniforms. The Lady Honkers tonight in their visiting navy blue attire. So we are just about ready for basketball tonight. The tip is collected by the Hornets. Annie Campos with it now. She's going strong to the rim early and comes up short with it. And so now the Honkers bringing it up the floor. With it now for Lakeview is Greenfield. Greenfield kicks it over far side to Struble. Trying to find some room inside to the big tall forward, McNelly. 5'11", she gets hacked on the shot, so she will go to the line for 2 early free throws.
First team foul. Sends Tyler McNeely to the line for 2 shots.
First free throw is no good, so will remain scoreless for the time being for McNeely, pardon me. She'll get a second chance at a free throw here. A lot of height coming in the starting lineup for Lakeview. 5'11" McNelly and 5'10" Vickerman, as the Hornets clean the glass. Campos has it now top of the key. She tries to drive left side. Brings it back outside. Guarded by Vickerman. Decides against going with the screen. Goes right with it. Tries to find Parker. And the pass tipped away. Lakeview now in transition. The shot on the other side by Struble is denied. Loose ball in front of the Henley bench is collected by the Hornets. And Annie Campos comes away with it. Kicking it to Parker. Near side 3 is good. And they're going to actually just give her the long 2. Parker gets on the board first tonight for the Hornets. With it now on the other side is Greenfield as the Hornets start to break out the press. They're known to do that early in ball games. We'll see how long they stick to it. Greenfield, or pardon me, that was Vickerman. Loses a handle on it. And Fussell takes it away, kicks it to Campos. She goes in the front court to Harper, but that one's taken away as well. And a travel as Stratton collected the loose ball and took a step too early. And so it'll be Hornets basketball underneath their own bucket as Henley leads 2-0 with 6:34 to go in the first quarter. Anna Harper to inbound. She's going to loft it up to, pardon me, that was Fussell on the inbound. Tried to find Harper. Top of the key, but the ball tipped out of bounds. And I believe possession is going to stay with the Hornets, so Fussell to inbound once more. This time right in front of the Honkers bench. Annie Campos with it now as she goes left with it. Now steps back, top of the key. Over now to Parker. Parker has it stripped away on the shot. Lakeview operating in a 3-on-1. Annie Campos, the only line of defense, and she plays stout defense. Gets in the way of Vickerman, and she's unable to convert on the bucket. The rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll be Lakeview ball. Vickerman to inbound. The inbound pass goes loose, and Lakeview does collect it. Kick it outside to Vickerman for long 2 is no good. And the rebound's collected by Henley. Harper trying to move in transition, has it picked away by Struble. She's trying to go hard to the rack and can convert. Campos battling for the glass, and she's fouled on the floor.
Foul charge to number 5, Brianna Struble.
Struble picks up her first foul, first team foul for Lakeview as well. As Fussell to inbound, gets it to Campos, and Annie Campos content to play that point forward position as she races up the floor. Crosses left, right elbow jumper, and she's fouled on the shot. Good job by Campos to bait the foul a little bit there and get a trip to the line.
Her first, second team
We'll remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's. You've earned a pizza with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Campos' first free throw was good. She'll get a second here. And that one is good as well, so a quick 2-for-2 trip for Annie Campos at the penalty stripe. Builds the Hornets' lead now to 4-0. There's 5:48 to go in the first quarter. And Lakeview bringing it up the floor quickly. Struble steps into a three, clanks it off the left iron, no good. And Fussell collects the glass. She tries to get it to Campos, but it's picked away by Vickerman. She goes up with a quick shot and converts. Unfortunate timing for the turnover as Vickerman gets the first 2 points of the night for Lakeview as Campos brings it up the floor for the Hornets. Long 2-point shot taken that time by Mock, but it's no good. Substitution coming in for the Hornets. Kennedy Modine in for Maya Mock. Looks like Vickerman's going to take it up the floor for Lakeview. Guarded by Fussell. With it now is Greenfield. Greenfield back over to Vickerman. Vickerman taking a screen, going left, trying to loft it down low to McNally, and she converts with a nice pass as well. Tied up at 4 with 4:50 to go in the first. Henley trying to push the pace. Modine trying to get a feed into Parker, but it goes out of bounds. Possession goes to Lakeview. Vickerman inbound pass to Struble. Struble takes it up the floor. Trying to go left with it, pauses, top of the key, and hands it over to Greenfield. Greenfield tried to get it over to Vickerman. Fussell getting involved in the defensive end, held ball, possession stays with Lakeview. And it's Struble. Trying to drive right with it. Kicks it outside to Greenfield. Struble trying to collect a loose ball. Goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Honkers. Vickerman lofts it near to Struble. Struble trying to get down low inside. Kicks it out to Greenfield. She goes back to Struble. Struble trying to drive the left baseline. Loses a handle on it. Held ball underneath. And possession's going to go to the Hornets. Tied at 4. 4:10 to go in the first. Lakeview, a powerhouse 3A team. Winning the consolation side of the bracket last year at the state tournament. Finishing 7th in the state this year, 7-1 through 8 games. Annie Campos bouncing it down low to Harper. She tried for a post move and lost the handle. Now Annie Campos getting back on defense against Vickerman, who's short on the layup. Campos called for the foul underneath. And so that will send Vickerman to the line for 2. That's the second foul for Campos early in this ball game. Second team foul for the Hornets as well as Vickerman to the line for 2. She makes the first, and the Honkers take a lead. Second free throw coming up for Vickerman. That one hits off the front of the rim, and it's no good, and the rebound is collected by Campos. Campos hurls it frontward for Fussell, and she converts on a tough layup going the other way. Lily Fussell picking up her first 2 points of the night, gets the lead back to Henley. Quick shot for Stratton. No, she spins around, thinks twice about it. Kicks it over to Struble. Struble trying to drive the baseline, up with the shot, but it's denied by Anna Harper. Grappled for the loose ball, and I believe Harper got fouled. And so charge that one to Brianna Struble. That is her second foul, third team foul for Lakeview. And Bridget Schulenberger coming in for Lakeview. Also substitution for the Hornets. It looks like Ashlyn Cernowski coming in for the Hornets. It's a 6-5 ball game, and Henley leads with 3:13 to go in the first. Cernowski battling for a loose ball. She falls on it. It's a held ball, and possession will go to the Honkers. Vickerman, inbound pass to Greenfield. She's trying to push the pace, going coast to coast, up with the shot, high off the glass, no good. Rebound collected by Stratton. She goes back up with the shot, no good. This time it's McNeely with the rebound. She goes up, it's a miss. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Honkers, possession Hornets. And a battle underneath for that rebound was won a couple of times by Lakeview, still coming up empty as far as points, as Modine brings it up for the Hornets. She's going to kick it over to Campos, who's checked into the game. Sonia Campos in the game for Henley. Finds Annie Campos, head fakes, now trying to drive the lane, stops at the left elbow, kicks it back outside. Campos spinning around to her right, trying to get it inside to Modine. She's battling down low, outside to Cernowski. Shot blocked by Greenfield, and Lakeview's got it. Greenfield up on the other side, and she is fouled in transition, so she will go to the line for 2 more free throws. And that's actually going to be Greenfield's first free throws of the night.
13 foul. Sends Savannah Greenfield to the line for 2 shots.
I'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Second free throw coming up for Greenfield. High arcing shot, rattles home, and we're tied at 6 with 2:19 to go in the first. And a foul against a penalty against Campos. Didn't quite see what the sign was, but it's Lakeview ball. Inbound pass goes to Stratton on that right elbow. She puts it on the deck, takes a step in, tries to spin around, gets tied up by Mock, and it's going to be a held ball. No, pardon, Maya Mock picks up her first foul. 4th team foul for the Hornets. Vickerman to inbound. She lofts it high up for Stratton, and timeout called by the Honkers before the inbound pass. We'll take 1-2. We're tied at 6, 2:13 to go in the first. More Lady Hornets basketball next on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Tied at 6, 2:13 to go in the first. Lady Hornets taking on the Lakeview Lady Honkers, and Lakeview starts with the basketball. Inbound pass goes quickly to McNeely, but it's picked away by the Hornets. Annie Campos trying for some quick offense. A nice handoff to Cernowski, but she gets hacked on her way up. She's going to shoot 2. Good find that time by Campos to find the driving Cernowski. And Ashlyn will go to the line for 2. Hornets tonight 2 for 2 on attempts from the penalty stripe. And we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness. They've got the most understanding trainers you can ask for. They help you get motivated, and their workouts will make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness want you to lose those reins and get your gains. First free throw is good for Cernowski. Second one coming up. That one hits off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Lakeview. And it's going to be Vickerman pushing the pace, kicks it outside to Greenfield. She thought about a corner 3, now back to Stratton, top of the key. She kicks it over to Schellenberger, pardon me. Vickerman Trying to get it inside. Schellenberger comes away with it. Now it's Greenfield. Greenfield, top of the key. Now it's Vickerman. She fires a long three, tries to bank it, and it's no good. And the rebound is collected by the Hornets. Sania Campos. Near side to Cernowski. She tries to drive in. Outside to Campos. Top of the key. Threes cash from Annie Campos. She's got 5 points tonight. First made triple of the evening for Annie Campos. It's 10-6 Hornets with 1:14 to go in the first. Stratton trying to push the pace a little bit for Lakeview. Slows it down. Gets it in the corner to Schellenberger. Schellenberger takes a screen. Going right. Long two. Tries to bank it in. No good. Annie Campos with the rebound. 2-on-2 fast break. Campos up with it herself. Off the glass. No good. Fights for her own rebound. Goes up and it's in. Campos with a putback and a chance at 3 as her team now leads by 6 with 53 seconds to go in the first.
Number 11, Holly Parker.
Holly Parker checking into the game for Cernowski. And we'll have a substitution coming in for Lakeview as well. The free throw from Campos is good.
Checking in for Lakeview, number 15. Sophia
Greenfield checks out for Lakeview. And Sofia Zendejas in for the Honkers. Vickerman trying to loft it up high, but the ball is going to be collected by Nzunza. Corner three for Zendejas misses. Spin around, put back by Stratton is in. 40 seconds to go now in the first, 13-8 the score. And a timeout is called by Coach Denson before the ensuing inbound. So we'll take a quick break too. 13-8 in the Hornets lead. 36 seconds to go in the first, and we'll be back on my.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we welcome you back to mybasin.com, and the Lady Hornets leading Lakeview 13-8 with 36 seconds to go in the first. And the Hornets will start with the basketball. Campos trying to get around a press early. She's fielding 4 defenders, kicks it ahead to Sania Campos. She tries to get it to Parker. Parker trying to get it back to Campos, but it's picked away by Lakeview. Now in transition is Vickerman, gets around Campos, but puts too much on the layup and it misses. Now Annie with the rebound. She's trying to cross the timeline, but hassled by Stratton. Finally gets around, trying to thread the needle, getting it inside to Harper, but the ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Lakeview. Possession stays with Henley. Inbound pass intended for Parker. Parker tips it as it goes out of bounds, and 7 seconds on the clock remain for Lakeview to try to generate a bucket in the closing seconds of the first. Vickerman inbounds it, kicks it ahead to Schellenberger. 5 seconds now. Schellenberger over to Stratton. She drives the lane, feels contact, kicks it back out to Schellenberger. At the buzzer is no good. 13-8 the score after 1 tonight. The Lady Hornets lead. We'll be back with the second quarter next tonight on mybasin.com.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
We're preparing for second quarter action tonight from Henley High School as the Lady Hornets lead Lakeview 13-8 after one quarter. As we resume the action, the 5 on the floor for the Lady Hornets is going to be Lily Facel, Annie Campos, Anna Harper, along with Maya Mock and Holly Parker. Annie Campos to bring it up the floor for Henley. Is Campos trying to find Parker, diving to the rim, but it's picked away by McNeely for Lakeview. Now it's Greenfield with it. She kicks it over to Struble. Struble back into the game after getting into a little bit of foul trouble in the first. Finds Stratton for a 3, and Stratton rattles that one home. First triple of the night for Lakeview. Annie Campos trying to find Harper in transition. She misses the bucket. Rebound was collected by Parker, and she goes up and is fouled. So looks like Holly Parker is headed to the line for 2 free throws. Struble picks up her 3rd foul, and as I mentioned, she was in a bit of foul trouble at the end of the first quarter. Now probably going to be subbed out as Lakeview's got a player checking in at the scorer's table. We'll get you the substitution in just a second as Parker's first free throw is good. All right, Sofia Zendejas in the game for Struble. Here's the second free throw coming up from Parker. That one hits off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Campos, and she's right back for the putback. 16-11, Hornets lead, 7:19 to go in the second quarter. Quick pass in transition as McNeely tried to go up with it, but she is fouled. And this game really pushing pace. These teams getting up and down the floor quickly, but continue to foul each other. 15 foul for the Hornets, 6 for Lakeview, and the first free throw is going to miss from McNeely. She'll get a second opportunity here. McNeely's free throw rattles in, then rattles out. Rebound collected by the Hornets as Annie Campos bringing it up the floor. She throws it ahead to Maya Mock in transition, high up off the glass, doesn't go. And a scramble for the ball is going to be a foul on the floor. Charge the foul to Holly Parker. That's her first, 6th team foul for the Hornets. And Annie Campos trying to tell her team, get back, because these girls from Lakeview are hucking it up and down the floor. As Stratton takes the inbound pass. She's content to walk across the timeline. Tries to drive the lane, shoots from 8, that one rolls out. And the rebound is collected by Cernowski, who's checked into the game for Henley. Pass ahead to Holly Parker, back over to Campos. She thinks about a 3, driving the left side. Back outside to Cernowski. 15-foot jumper's no good. Parker collects the rebound. She goes up with it. That's no good either. Stratton with the rebound. She throws it ahead to Vickerman in transition, and it's good. 16-13 now, 6.5 to go in the second. The Hornets still lead. Campos bringing it up the floor for the Lady Hornets. Trying to drive that left lane, spins out, kicks it outside to Mock. Mock from about 13 feet, no good. And the rebound is collected by Stratton. Lakeview bringing it up the floor, pass ahead to Vickerman, inside intended for McNeely. Ball is tipped out of bounds and will go to the Hornets. Some substitutions coming in for Henley as Lily Facel checks in for Ashlyn Cernowski, as well as Kennedy Modine in the game for Henley. Campos bringing it up the floor in a 3-point ball game. Campos, top of the key, thought about a step-back 3, hands it over to Modine. She gets it inside to Harper, who is fouled on the turnaround jump shot. And so Anna Harper will go to the line for 2, her first opportunity from the free throw line tonight.
Her first sends Anna Harper to the line for 2 shots.
First free throw coming up from Anna Harper. That one is no good. Each of these squads really strong offense. You don't often see high school girls basketball teams score in the 50s all season long, but that's what these two teams do, battling it out here in the second quarter. Battle for the rebound is going to be collected by Henley. Modine with it now on the far side. She loses the dribble, tries to save it from going out of bounds, and just can't quite make the reach for it. So it'll be Lakeview basketball with 5:42 to go in the second quarter. By the way, Lakeview in the bonus now with 7 fouls. Or pardon me, Henley in the bonus now. Lakeview's committed 7 fouls. With it now on the far side is Nzunza for Lakeview, being hassled by Harper, and a turnover. Modine bringing it up now for the Lady Hornets. Passes it over to Campos. She thought about a 3, pump fake, now a jump shot from the left elbow, and a nice jumper from Annie Campos. Gets her 2 more points tonight, 18-13 in the Hornets lead. With it now is Zendejas for Lakeview. She kicks it over to Vickerman. Vickerman putting it on the deck, stops at the right elbow. Finally finds its way back out to Greenfield. Greenfield to Zendejas, now in the near corner. It's Vickerman down low. Vickerman spinning around, kicking it outside, and a shot missed. Anna Harper collects the rebound, kicks it ahead to Campos. Campos lofting it ahead to Fussell. She goes up, off the glass, no good. Rebound is going to be collected by Zendejas. Now it's Vickerman with it. She brings it across the timeline for the Lady Honkers. She steps into a long 2, tries to bank it in, no good. Annie Campos with the long rebound, and she'll slow things down for the Hornets. Trying to loft it into Fussell again, this time with the left hand, and Lily Fussell converts for 2. She's got 4 points tonight. Credit the assist to the ever-versatile Annie Campos. And with the score at 20-13 with 4:15 to go in the second, Coach Cody Blair of the Lady Honkers calls time. We'll take one as well. Again, 20-13 the score. We'll be back with more second quarter action next on mybasin.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
20-13 the score here in the second quarter from the Hornets' nest. 4:15 left to go in this frame, and Henley leads. They've been led in scoring by Annie Campos tonight, who is having another amazing ball game. She's got, 12 points by my count in the early parts of this ball game. Looking to build a big one for her tonight. And as we come out of the break, it will be Lakeview basketball. Vickerman to inbound. Going to find Zendejas. Zendejas lofts it ahead to McNeely. McNeely stops well beyond the three-point arc, finding Vickerman about 18 feet out. Vickerman lofting it inside to McNeely, going up against Fussell, and Campos swipes it right out from her grasp. That's a great steal there by Campos. She spins around Vickerman at half court, steps back, thought about a 3, bullet pass into Fussell. She can't convert on that one, gets her own rebound, goes back up, can't get it. And there's Harper with the putback and the foul. Hard work on the glass for the Hornets, and it's paying off as they build their lead even wider, a chance to extend it to double digits. If Anna Harper can convert on free throws here. She's 0 for 2 from the line so far tonight, but a chance at 1 here as Stratton checks into the game for Lakeview. Out comes McNeely. Free throw up from Harper. That one is good, and the Hornets have built themselves a 10-point advantage here in the second. A full court pass and a collision on that far side. When you throw a ball up like that, you got to expect everyone to go for it. They're going to call a foul, though. And that'll cause the Honkers to shoot 1-1 after Fussell picks up that foul, her second tonight. And you just hope that Schulenberger's okay after taking that contact. She looks okay, though. And she is at the line for what will be a 1-1 attempt for her. Here's the first free throw. It is no good. There to collect the rebound is Sania Campos. She fires it ahead to Facel, goes quickly with the shot. That one rolls off the rim, no good. Modine battling for the glass and a held ball underneath. Possession goes to Lakeview. Inbound pass to Stratton, and a foul called against Anna Harper. It's a quick one, and that'll allow Stratton now to shoot 1 and 1. 8 team fouls apiece for these two squads tonight. It'll be Stratton's first opportunity at the free throw line as Holly Parker checks in for Lily Facel for the Lady Hornets. Free throw, no good. And a foul will be charged to Lakeview's 23, Fernanda Nzunza. It's her first, and now Henley will get free throws. It's each team in the bonus. Harper will shoot 1 and 1. She's 1 for 3 from the line tonight. First free throw is no good. Rebound collected by Lakeview's Vickerman. Vickerman pushing the pace, trying to find Schallenberger, and she will travel right in front of the Hornets bench. So it'll be Henley basketball. To inbound will be Sania Campos, and I believe we're going to have some substitutions coming in for Lakeview. It looks like we're going to have McNeely and Struble check in. Inbound pass to Campos for the Hornets. Campos dishing it over to Modine near side. Now Campos top of the key. Modine kicking it over to Sania Campos. She opts for a long three. That's no good. The rebound is collected by Lakeview. Now it's going to be Vickerman in transition. She goes up and converts for 2. Vickerman's got 6 points tonight for Lakeview. Now moving it up is Modine for the Hornets. She finds Sania Campos top of the key. Campos getting it inside to Holly Parker. Parker now operating along the far side, kicks it to Campos. Campos inside to Harper, spins around the right side, high off the glass, and a beautiful post move for Anna Harper to convert 2 points there. Back up to a 10-point lead for the Hornets, 25-15, 2:32 to go in the second. It's Struble now, top of the key. Struble going left with it, trying to drive down low. Outside to Vickerman. She fires 3. It's no good. The rebound collected by Struble. She goes back up with it. She gets fouled on the shot. Bucket no good, so she will get a chance at 2 free throws. That's Parker's second foul. And the 9th team foul for Henley. First free throw is no good. So we'll get a second opportunity at it here. Struble's second free throw attempt is up. And it's also short. Long rebound collected by Struble. Kicks it over to Vickerman. Vickerman picked up by Campos. Kicks it back to Struble along the far side. Struble takes a screen, going left, backs up, now top of the key. Struble kicking it over to Stratton. Stratton trying to drive inside, kicks it to Greenfield. Near side 3 is no good. Rebound is picked up by Anna Harper. She moves up the floor for the Hornets. Anna Harper kicking it outside to Campos. She thought about a 3, drives inside. Beautiful bounce pass into Harper, but no good on the bucket attempt. Annie Campos is really moving the rock nicely tonight, allowing her team to get to the free throw line. This will be more free throws coming up for Anna Harper. 2 free throws coming up for the sophomore. First free throw's good after a high bounce off the back of the rim. Second free throw coming up for Harper. And it is no good, so the score will remain 26-15, a minute 45 to go in the second. Greenfield brings it up, kicks it to Vickerman, far side. Vickerman putting on the deck, trying to drive inside, goes up against 4 Hornets and converts through the contact. A nice 2-point bucket from Vickerman there, and now it's Campos bringing it up for Henley. Campos going right, bounce pass inside, intended for Parker. And the jump ball, as she's tied up, will stay with the Hornets. It'll be Modine to inbound. She bounces it inside to Harper. Harper kicks it back outside to Sania Campos. She crosses right, beautiful move, bounce passes it to Parker. And Parker can't corral the pass. It goes out of bounds. Possession moves to the Honkers. As we got a substitution coming in for Henley. Checking in is Maya Mock and Ashlyn Cernowski in for Modine and Parker. All right, so Lakeview basketball, a minute 18 to go in the second. It's a 26-17 ball game. A big inbound pass. Greenfield gets it. She throws one off the glass. It's no good. Loose rebound collected by Annie Campos. Campos throws it ahead to Harper. She goes up with it. No good. And the rebound is picked up by Stratton. Stratton ahead to Struble as she brings it up the floor. Under a minute now to go in the second. 26-17 Henley. And it's Struble putting it on the deck, bouncing it over to Stratton. She goes up with it, no good. Stratton collects her own rebound, battling for more contact and converts the bucket. Stratton with 2 more points, make it 7 for her on the evening as Annie Campos bringing it up the floor. Campos steps back at the left elbow, has it knocked away, collects the loose ball. She's fighting for it, and it's knocked away again. This time it's Greenfield. She comes away with it in transition, up with the shot, no good in open space. Rebound collected by McNeely, and she converts. Now down to a 5-point game. 26-21, 20 seconds to go in the second. Campos firing it ahead to Cernowski, and she travels. And Lakeview trying to seize some momentum in the waning moments of this first half. At one point, the Hornets up by 10, now only up by 5. Vickerman kicking it ahead to Stratton. 15 seconds to go now in the second. Stratton bringing it up the floor for Lakeview. She's right at the free throw line, spins around. 8 seconds now. Jump shot from the free throw line's no good. Rebound collected by Sania Campos. She's trying to find some room to shoot at the half-court line. It's no good. We'll go to halftime with a score of 26-21 Hornets over Lakeview after 16 minutes. We'll be back with halftime stats and look ahead at the third quarter coming up next as we continue your coverage of Lady Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Not corporate. On Fall Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we welcome you back inside the Hornets' nest for tonight's coverage of Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. At halftime tonight, the Lady Hornets up 26-21 over Lakeview. They've been led in scoring by Annie Campos tonight, 12 points, and one made triple for the junior this evening. Next leading scorer for Henley is Anna Harper with 6. You've also got Lily Fasell with 4. Holly Parker's got 3 tonight, and Ashlyn Cernowski has 1. Those are your scorers tonight for the Lady Hornets. Meantime, for the Honkers, 8 points tonight for Carly Vickerman, 4 for Tyler McNeely, 7 for Kenna Stratton, and 2 for Bridget Schallenberger. That's your scoring so far for tonight's contest. It's been great passing for Henley, and a lot of interior passing for Annie Campos. Meantime, the Honkers, they've been pushing the pace tonight, trying for a lot of full-court passes and trying to break out the press a little bit on the defensive end. A very good 3A team coached by Cody Blair. They're looking for repeat fortunes and another deep state tournament run. Meantime, the Hornets, they've got their eyes set back on the state playoffs. They were the 16 seed last year, and they've got a lot of returning confidence and a lot of returning experience this year. We'll take a little bit more of an in-depth look at each of these teams as we continue your halftime show coverage tonight before we get ready for the third quarter on mybasin.com. At halftime, the Henley Lady Hornets up on Lakeview 26-21.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home, I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Still at halftime tonight at Henley High School, and the Lady Hornets lead Lakeview 26-21. Both teams at different stages so far this season. Lakeview playing really great basketball in the early portions of the year. 7-1 record. Meantime, the Lady Hornets are 4-5, but each team has similar goals. Make the playoffs. For Lakeview, that has been a almost yearly tradition, making the and winning the consolation final last year, and even in the 2021 season, if you'll remember, not an officially recognized state playoff by the OSAA. However, Lakeview Lady Honkers did make the tournament that was put on by the state's athletic directors, and making the state tournament the year before that, all under Coach Cody Blair. They have had a long string of success in that 3A Far West League. Meantime, for the Lady Hornets, They were last year's 16th best team in the state, making the playoffs and losing to number 1 Philomath. But this team that got hot at the right time last year went 7-3 in league play. They won their play-in game against Woodburn last year, and they return a lot of experience for this team. Annie Campos comes back. Anna Harper comes back. We mentioned Maya Mock, Holly Parker. And then you've got some freshman talent as well. Sonia Campos, Lily Facel in the starting lineup tonight. So there is a lot to be hopeful for around both of these programs, and a lot to be hopeful for as we get ready for the second half of basketball in just a few minutes tonight on mybasin.com. Hornets at 1 point leading by 10. The lead trimmed down to 5 in the final about minute and a half of that second quarter. Lakeview going on a little bit of a run. We'll see if they can continue that momentum coming up in the third quarter. Meantime, it's all about adjustments for Henley. What are they going to do to seize the momentum back? They've had some great luck with the interior passing tonight. Their teamwork has been much improved since even the last time we saw them, and they're looking to hold on to this 5-point lead and come away with a victory before their short Christmas break. 26-21 the score at halftime. We'll be back with third quarter action next on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back and ready for action in the third quarter tonight from Henley High School as we join in progress in the third quarter of a 26-21 ball game that the Hornets lead. Lakeview's got the ball as they go from left to right. The pass goes inside to McNeely, and she gets hacked on the shot. So she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Free throws a big part of that first half. Each team got into the double bonus. And already 21 seconds into this third quarter, one team has already collected a foul, and it's the Hornets' third foul, credited to Lily Facel. As the first free throw is good for McNeely. On the floor tonight for the Hornets to begin this third quarter is going to be Modine, Campos, Parker, Harper, and Mock. Second free throw, no good. The rebound collected by Parker. She brings it up the floor for the Lady Hornets, kicking it over to Campos, operating top of the key. Campos taking a screen, decides to go right with it, hands it over to Modine. Modine now driving inside, spins around at the free throw line, trying to find an open player. Campos trying to save it from going out of bounds, but can't quite do it. So possession flips to the Honkers, who are trying to trim this lead again. 1 point in this game, down by 10. Now find themselves down by 4. Long inbound pass to Stratton. She goes to work in the post. It's no good. And Henley collects the rebound. Annie Campos bringing it up the floor as she tries to drive on the right side, taking it herself. It's up and in. Annie Campos doing it herself. She's got 14 points tonight. It'll be Vickerman bringing it up the floor. She kicks it over, far side to Greenfield. Greenfield back to Vickerman, top of the key, getting it inside to Stratton. Stratton now having to face a double team. Goes up with it herself, and that was a nice move to get out of the double team by Stratton. She's got 9 points tonight. Trims the lead. Anna Harper with 2 points on the other side. She's got 8 points tonight, makes it a 6-point ball game, 30-24. Inbound pass to Stratton. Stratton is immediately bombarded by Modine and Campos. A held ball. Possession will stay with Lakeview. Oh, no, pardon me. It's going to the Hornets. Modine to inbound for Henley. Bounces it to Campos. Campos head fakes underneath the bucket. Loses a dribble on it. On the ground. It's ripped away by Greenfield. Greenfield comes away with it. 6-point ball game. Kicks it near corner. Back to Greenfield, top of the key. Greenfield kicks it to Vickerman. Both teams a slower pace than we saw in the first half. No shot. A foul on the floor against Henley. I believe Struble was fouled. And it is a blocking foul charge to Maya Mock. Second team foul for the Hornets, second for Mock as well. Stratton takes the inbound pass along that far side. Stratton trying to drive baseline, spins around, now going to work in the post, up with the shot, no good. Campos collects the glass. She throws it ahead to Mock, and Mock has to slow it down. Now to Modine. She dribbles into a long three, back iron, no good, and the rebound collected by Struble. Struble now pushing the pace for Lakeview, zips it into Vickerman, up with the shot, and it's good. Now a 4-point ball game, 30-26 as Vickerman collected 2 points there. Ball knocked out of bounds for Campos. It's last touched by Vickerman. Vickerman's got 10 points tonight. Annie Campos takes the inbound pass. She goes left with it, now top of the key, switches to her right hand. Trying to go against Vickerman. Steps back. Quick pass to the near side as Mock tries to drive down low, but loses the dribble. Now it's Vickerman. She passes it out to Greenfield, who takes a three, tries to bank it in, no good. Stratton with the rebound, she can't get it. Tries to collect the glass, and it is picked up by Mock. Mock crosses the timeline, loses the dribble, tries to get it out to Campos, shoots from 9, that's no good. Rebound snagged by Greenfield, loose ball and a foul. As Mock is going to be charged with a foul, that'll be her third. And that will prompt Sania Campos to check into the game for Maya Mock. Vickerman to inbound. Lofts it over to Greenfield. Greenfield back to Vickerman. On the near side, Vickerman trying to get it inside to Stratton, but it's picked away by Harper. Harper now 2-on-1 in transition against Vickerman, hard off the glass, and it's in. Harper with the steal and the score, and she's got 10 points tonight, 32-26 Hornets, 4.5 to go in the third. Struble on the other side. She gets fouled and makes the shot. So she'll get a chance at 3 the old-fashioned way as Struble picking up her first points of the night. She is 0 for 2 from the free throw line this evening. Charge the foul to Harper. That's her second and fourth team foul for the Hornets, as I believe that's Lily Fassell who's checked back into the game. Hornets have to contend with a little bit of foul trouble now in this game. As Struble fires her first free throw. It rims out, no good. Campos collects the rebound. She's trying to race up the far sideline, moves up. Jumper from 9 is good, and the foul. My goodness, Annie Campos lighting up the scoreboard tonight. 16 points and a chance at one more. Campos tonight 3 for 3 from the penalty stripe. Here's the free throw from Campos. That one is good as well. Back up to a 7-point ball game, 35-28, and 17 points tonight from Campos. Schallenberger with it. Kicks it over to Struble for a three. It's no good. Campos collects the glass. Campos going hard on the other side. Up with it and good. Annie Campos continue to put in work underneath. And timeout called by Coach Denson will take one too. 37-28, the Hornets up by 9 with 4 minutes to go in the third. We'll be back on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back at Henley High School, 37-28 the score, and Henley leading Lakeview behind 19 points from Annie Campos. She has been putting in work not only in this third quarter, but all night long. She's got 7 points in this quarter, 12 in the first half to add up to 19. Also 10 points tonight for Anna Harper. Those are the only 2 girls who've scored here in the second half for Henley, as they look to finish this game strong. Still lots of basketball to go, and Lakeview is a team that can go on a run. They've done it a couple times, and down by 9. They had one point where down by 10. They brought it within 5. They brought it within 4. And then Henley going on a little 6-0 run here to extend this lead. It's Stratton. She kicks it over to Vickerman for 3. That's no good. Rebound is scrambled for beyond the arc. Picked away by Struble, and Struble will travel. So it'll be Hornets basketball with Modine to inbound to Campos, and Campos will cross the timeline for Henley. Campos thought about going right with it, but then takes her time. Kicks it over to Modine, far side. Has it knocked away by Struble, but Modine collects it. Quick pass to Campos. Head fakes, going strong to the rim. Up off the glass, no good. Rebound is snagged by Vickerman. Vickerman going up the floor, kicking it near side. Now to Stratton, top of the key. Head fakes at the left elbow. Zips it over to Schallenberger for 3. That's no good. Air ball picked away by Campos. Campos, forward pass to Facel, will go out of bounds. Vickerman tries to inbound it, and Campos, as she tried to strip it away, was stepping out of bounds. And so Vickerman will have to inbound again. Campos hungry for that basketball. Inbound pass is going to be lofted ahead to Struble. Struble, a slick feed down low to McNeely, but no bucket. Rebound is going to be stripped away by Facel. A jump ball. Possession, Lakeview. And into the game for the Hornets is Holly Parker. She checks in for Kennedy Modine. Struble out of the game as well. Greenfield comes in for Lakeview. Inbound pass goes to Stratton. She throws it up. It's no good. Rebound collected by Harper. Harper racing up the floor. Thought about stepping into a 3. Tries to find Parker, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Lakeview's Vickerman. Vickerman, a diving effort into the first row, but she seems okay. Good sportsmanship also shown by Holly Parker, helping her out of the bleachers. Parker will inbound, getting it to Harper. Harper now to Campos. Campos trying to fire an interior pass to Facel, but can't corral it. Campos trying to make the extra pass tonight and scoring, but she has had quite a few turnovers this evening. Trying to get the ball into places where it just doesn't fit, although her team is still leading by 9. Foul on the other side. See who it's credited to. It looks like it's going to be against Sania Campos.
To number 10, Cindy Campos, her first personal.
Vickerman headed to the line for 2. First one misses. Lakeview, not a lot of success from the free throw line tonight. Just 3 for 12 tonight from the line after that made free throw for Lakeview. 37-29, Henley leads. Pass goes back outside to Campos, tries to bring it around, top of the key. Campos kicking it to Sania Campos for a 3. It's good. That's her first triple of the night, puts Henley up 40-29. And a turnover for the Hornets. Campos bouncing it ahead to Parker. Parker up with the shot, and she's fouled. Great defense leading to offense for the Hornets as they're up by 11. And a chance at 2 free throws coming up for Holly Parker. Parker at the line for 2. A fine time to remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive beyond the sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and home owners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. Second free throw is good from Parker. Makes the score 41-29. Long pass into the front court for Greenfield. She dribbles to the near corner, thought about a 3, tries to find Vickerman. And over and back. Turnover again for the Lakeview Lady Honkers. We'll give the Hornets possession with 1:52 to go in the third.
Back on the floor for the Hornets, number 32, Ashlyn Chernowski, requesting Lily Vassell. Checking in for Lakeview, number 15, Sophia Zendejas.
Zendejas checking in for Vickerman. Campos, inbounds to Campos, back to Sania Campos, open look at 3, that one won't go, but she follows it up with a rebound for herself, driving the lane, back up, no good, rebound collected again by Campos, she can't get it to go, finally taken away by Schellenberger, but she's upended trying to escape the jumble of bodies down low, and that's going to be a foul against Holly Parker. That'll be her 3rd foul, 6th for the Hornets. Schellenberger to inbound, kicks it ahead to Stratton, who crosses the timeline for Lakeview. She's going to try to take it herself, stops and pops from 15. No good. Annie Campos collects the rebound. Campos driving the left side, kicks it outside to Sania Campos, head fakes a 3, driving the left lane, up with the shot, denied by Stratton, and Lakeview comes away with it. Zendejas bringing it up the floor for the Honkers. Over to Greenfield. Now to Schellenberger in the near side. Schellenberger trying to find Stratton down low, but Campos comes away with it. Loose ball picked away by Schellenberger. She goes up with a shot from 13. No good. Rebound picked up by Campos. She's in a double team in the corner, trying to find a player to get it out to, and she finds Anna Harper. Back to Campos as she brings it up the floor for Henley. Campos guarded well beyond the arc, driving inside. Trying to find Holly Parker on the right elbow, kicks it outside to Sania Campos, operating top of the key. Sania Campos now to Annie Campos, taking a screen, going right. Bounce pass into Holly Parker. Parker couldn't take the shot, maneuvers over from 12. The shot blocked by Schellenberger. Now 25 seconds to go in the third, and Lakeview trying to push tempo. Greenfield along 2 is good. Brings it back down to a 10-point game, 41-31, 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Campos slowing things down, now trying to go left with it. Collects a loose ball as it was picked away, now top of the key. Annie Campos bouncing it inside to Parker. She goes up with a shot, and Parker knocks it down for 2. 43-31, and that is the final score in the third quarter. We'll be back with the fourth frame as we continue your coverage of Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Welcome you back to the fourth quarter here at Henley High School, and it's a 12-point game as we get ready for the final frame tonight. 43-31, and the Henley Hornets ahead of the Lakeview Lady Honkers. 5 on the floor for Henley as we come out of the break. It'll be Annie Campos, Anna Harper, along with Lily Fassell, Holly Parker, and Maya Mock. Harper to inbound to Campos as we get things started in the fourth quarter. Campos trying to take it all the way herself, has it stripped away, saves it from going out of bounds twice. And before stepping out herself, won't be able to save it all the way. So it'll be Lakeview basketball. Zendejas to inbound, guarded by Campos. Finds Struble, loose ball, picked away by Campos. Struble collects it though, as she races up the floor. Parks at the near wing. Zendejas, top of the key. Long three, knocked down by Greenfield. Had a beautiful arc to it. Now a 9-point ball game. 43-34, 7.5 to go in the fourth. Campos on the other side, handing it to Parker. Now to Mock, top of the key. Campos thought about a three, now driving down low, up with the shot, no good. Campos collects her own rebound, back up with the shot and is fouled. She will go to the line for 2 more. 19 points tonight already for Campos, and a chance at 2 more here. She takes a second to collect her breath. We'll take a second to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Back up to a 10-point game after that first made free throw. And 20 points tonight for Campos. Here's to make it 21. That one clanks off the rim, no good. So it'll remain a 10-point ball game. Struble takes it up the floor, kicking it near side. Now Zendejas, top of the key. Zendejas moving right, goes up, high off the glass floater. No good. Rebound collected by Holly Parker. Parker trying to move up the floor. Parker stops top of the key, moves right. Tries to kick it to Fassell on the far side. Now to Campos on the right wing. Campos lofting it inside to Mock. Loose ball collected by Fassell, but she steps out of bounds. Possession goes to Lakeview. And so it'll be Zendejas to inbound. Lofts it high to Greenfield, but it's a bit too high. It's a loose ball. Greenfield collects it and takes time to stop the fast break. Lakeview's got to come away with points on just about every possession here because Henley has been a hot shooting team. Coach Blair's going to take a second to talk it over. We'll take a break as well. With 6.5 to go in the final frame, it's a 10-point ball game at Henley High School. We'll be back with more action on MyBit.com.
What rhymes great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
In the fourth quarter, 44-34, and Henley in front of Lakeview. 6.5 to go in the final frame, and as we come out of the break, it'll be Lakeview basketball. It's crunch time now for the Lady Honkers. Even with 6.5 to go, This Henley team has not let up on the offensive end, so it's up to Lakeview to try to turn on the Jets in terms of offensive output. Here's Greenfield. She's going to kick it over to Inzunza. Inzunza trying to get it inside to McNeely. It goes out of bounds, and a turnover is not what Lakeview had drawn up coming out of that timeout. So they're going to have a substitution going up after the next pause in the action. Annie Campos takes the inbound pass, and she races up the floor. Campos trying to drive along the right side in a double team now, and a held ball. Possession going back to the Lady Honkers. And these are the substitutions coming in for Lakeview as Kenna Stratton checks in along with Carly Vickerman. Vickerman lofting it into Struble. Struble over to Vickerman. Vickerman on the far side trying to drive in herself. Goes up with the shot off the glass. No good. Rebound is snagged by the Hornets. Mock racing up the floor. She's going to try to bounce it ahead to Parker, but can't corral the pass. It goes out of bounds. Substitution comes in as Modine comes in for Parker. Vickerman into Stratton. Stratton against Fussell. Top of the key. Over to Vickerman. Still a 10-point game, under 6 minutes to go in the game. Over to Greenfield. Long three. Back iron, no good. Maya Mock with the rebound. Mock is going to run into Greenfield, and that's going to be a foul against Greenfield. Fourth team foul for Lakeview in the second half. Third personal for Greenfield. She's got 5 points tonight. Not really in trouble yet with just that third foul. Campos will bring it across the timeline for the Lady Hornets. The tempo of the game slows down a little bit. It's Modine with it now, top of the key. Lakeview trying to strip it away. Struble and Modine battling for the basketball. It's a held ball. Possession stays with Henley. And it'll be Modine to inbound, right in front of the first row here. Over to Campos. Campos with it, top of the key. Modine with it. Crosses left, bouncing it down low to Harper. Harper trying to kick it back outside to Modine. Now to Campos. Far corner three. Good for Annie Campos. 47-34. She builds it to a 13-point game. And 23 points tonight for Campos. Vickerman with it now on the far side. Trying to drive right with it. Kicks it near side to Stratton. Stratton stops from 11. Kicks it back outside to Greenfield. Greenfield driving the lane, up with the shot, and it's good. Good shot there by Greenfield, and a timeout called by Lakeview will take one as well. An 11-point ball game, 47-36. 4:42 to go in the fourth, and the Hornets lead. We'll be back with more action on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So throw it here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
47-36, 4:42 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Lady Hornets lead. It's been all Annie Campos tonight. She has passed, she has rebounded, and boy, oh boy, has she scored with the basketball. 23 points tonight for Annie Campos to help build this 11-point lead with her team. It's also been a stellar night for Anna Harper with 10. Annie Campos takes the inbound pass, and Lakeview trying to break out the press. Definitely not out of this game as they force the turnover they need. Now it's Vickerman. She's trying to bring it in herself. Kicks it out to Struble. 4-3, no good. And Henley collects the glass. It's Sania Campos bringing it up now for the Lady Hornets. Campos zips it inside to Cernowski. An open look at the rim for Ashlyn Cernowski. and she converts back up to a 13-point game as Lakeview moves into the front court, kicking it outside to Stratton, and she'll travel. Campos. Now to Harper as the Hornets try to cross the half-court line. Harper with it now to Campos. Campos trying to bounce it into Cernowski. Cernowski dishes it down low to Campos, and Vickerman rips it away. It's a held ball, possession Lakeview. Under 4 minutes to go now in this 13-point ball game. Henley up 49-36. Vickerman ahead to Stratton in that far corner. Now back to Vickerman as she'll bring it across the timeline for Lakeview. She's trying to drive in herself. Kicks it out to Greenfield. 4-3, no good. And that's going to be Lakeview with the rebound. Kicking it back outside to Vickerman. A long three. Once again collected by McNeely. And the Hornets take it away. Campos bringing it up the floor. Kicking it ahead to Sania Campos. She thought about a three, kicks it now to Harper. Harper now to Modine on the left wing. Modine putting it on the deck, loses a handle on it, back outside to Sania Campos, now on the right wing. Sania Campos trying to put it on the deck, getting it to Annie Campos, guarded by Vickerman at half court. Annie Campos trying to drive that right side, back to Sania Campos, top of the key. She loses a handle on it, but the loose ball collected by Anna Harper. Now it's Modine with it now, behind the back dribble, kicks it to Harper, near side. She shoots three, no good. Rebound is picked up by Greenfield. Greenfield shoves it ahead to Stratton. Now Stratton gets the inbound pass. It's no good from 4. Collects her rebound, goes back up with it. That's no good. The rebound collected by Harper. And that was McNeely on the quick pass to Stratton, but unable to convert points. Campos bringing it up now for the Lady Hornets, kicking it near side to Harper. Back to Campos. She drives hard inside and is fouled. She'll be shooting 1-1. No, pardon me. It'll be a foul against Carly Vickerman. That is the 6th team foul for Lakeview. Not the 7th. So checking into the game is Holly Parker in for Modine. Also, Sania Campos out for Maya Mock. Holly Parker, that's Anna Harper to inbound. Harper trying to get it to Parker. And the ball goes out of bounds. Vickerman to inbound, lost it to Struble. Struble bringing it up the floor now. Kicks it over to Vickerman on the right wing. Now near side to Stratton. Stratton, top of the key to Greenfield. Greenfield zips it back over to Vickerman. Now Struble far side. She fires a three. Front iron no good. Long rebound is going to go out of bounds. Possession to the Hornets. And the Honkers having trouble in crunch time as time ticks away. 13 points, still the Hornets lead. As Annie Campos trying to get around Stratton. Now to Harper, as Harper will bring it across the timeline for Henley. Back to Campos. Campos talks the top of the key, kicks it to Harper. Harper, bounce pass inside to Cernowski, and it's stripped away by McNeely. McNeely bringing it up the floor now. Back to Greenfield, top of the key, now to Vickerman, who fires three. That's no good. Long rebound collected by Campos. 1:25 to go in the game. Campos furls it ahead to Mock. She goes up with the shot, no good. Mock gets her own rebound. The shot denied by Greenfield, and now she's racing up the floor. Greenfield bounce pass in transition to Vickerman, and she gets 2. Timeout called by Lakeview. 1:11 to go in the ball game, and back down to an 11-point advantage for the Hornets. It's 49-38. We'll wrap up this game when we come back as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Fourth quarter, and an 11-point difference between these two teams. Henley leading 49-38 over 3A Lakeview. And it'll be Hornets basketball as we come out of the break. Harper to inbound. Tries to kick it ahead to Mock and finds her. Mock back to Harper. Harper to Campos. Back to Harper. Now a minute to go in the game. It's Campos top of the key. Campos gets around one defender, driving inside, goes strong to the rim with the right hand, no good. Stratton with the rebound, and the Honkers trying to race up the floor. They don't have much time. Kick to the outside to Zendejas for an open three, no good. Rebound collected by McNeely. Kicked outside to Vickerman. Vickerman putting it on the deck, trying to drive inside. Bounce pass to McNeely. She loses a handle on it, but it was picked away by Mock. Last touched by the Hornets. It will remain Lakeview basketball. 39 seconds to go in the game. Quick inbound pass to Stratton. Now to Vickerman. Struble kicking it to Zendejas. Far corner three, no good. Stratton gets the rebound. Nice pass down low to McNeely. She can't convert. And Anna Harper comes away with the rebound. 25 seconds to go in the game. Campos trying to bring it up the floor. And she is fouled on her way up the floor. And Annie Campos will shoot 1-1. Seventh team foul for Henley. Or pardon me, for Lakeview. Will trigger a 1-1 opportunity for Annie Campos. And pardon me, no, it will not. I thought that was the seventh team foul, but I guess I was wrong again. So here we go, 49-38, and Henley will inbound the basketball. Anna Harper lofting it back to Annie Campos. Campos trying to get it inside to Mock and has the ball stripped away. Mock collects the loose ball, passing it over to Parker. She goes up with the shot, no good. Cernowski with the rebound, that's denied. And now 4 seconds remaining. Cernowski going to hold it on as the final buzzer sounds, and the Henley Hornets collect win number 5 on the season to the tune of 49-38 over the Lakeview Honkers. We'll be back with the post-game coverage tonight on mybasin.com.
Humble and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we're back on mybasin.com. Final score tonight from Henley High School, 49-38. And the Lady Hornets emerging with victory, leading them tonight in scoring. Who else but Annie Campos, adding another game to what has been a very great resume here at Henley High School. 23 points tonight for the junior forward. Second on the team in scoring was Anna Harper with 10 points tonight. Holly Parker scored 6, followed by Lily Fassell with 4. Sania Campos and Ashlyn Cernowski each had 3 tonight in the victory for the Lady Hornets. Meantime, for Lakeview, they battled hard tonight, and Carly Vickerman scored 12 points, followed by 9 from Kenna Stratton. 6 points tonight from Tyler McNeely, 5 from Savannah Greenfield, 2 from each of Bridget Schellenberger and Brianna Struble. Your scorers tonight for the Lakeview Lady Honkers as they fall by a difference of 11 points to the Henley Hornets. Henley improving to 5-5 this season. Lakeview falling to 7-2. We'll take a quick look at what the rest of the season holds for each of these teams, and then we'll pack things up as we continue your post-game coverage of Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
49-38, the final score tonight from Henley High School as they defeat the Lakeview Lady Honkers, improving to 5-5 overall this season. That's 2 straight wins for Henley. They've got the holidays off before they're back on the road against Crook County. They start the Sisters Shootout Holiday Classic. They'll be playing the 28th, 29th, and 30th up in the Bend Sisters area. Then they'll have the New Year's off before returning to play at the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament on January 6th and 7th before beginning league play on January 13th. Meantime, for Lakeview, they have got the rest of the month of December off. They'll return for a home game against Lost River on January 4th. On January 6th, they start league play against Rogue River in a daunting Far West League Conference schedule. They play 3 times a week. They'll play Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays all the way through January and February. Lakeview, number 3 in the state right now, and as far as 3A teams, and they fall to 7-2 after the Henley Hornets dealt them this loss tonight. Again, as we move throughout the rest of the month of December and into league play in January, we will remind you that we'll be with you for every single Skyline Conference game this season for the Lady Hornets, as well as the boys basketball team. You'll be able to find both games each and every game night on mybasin.com. And, of course, if you can't find a way to watch the video broadcast, we will have a radio broadcast as well, doing simulcast for the boys once that league play starts. But as always, you'll find us right here on mybasin.com. Tonight, the Hornets coming away with an 11-point victory at home, getting ready for a nice Christmas break for this team. That about does it for us tonight. Appreciate you sticking with us through the broadcast tonight on mybasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to just about everything in between. Be sure to keep up with Hornets basketball all season long on mybasin.com. Would like to thank a few of the folks that make tonight's broadcast possible. Of course, our hometown athletic director, Mr. Luke Hammond, and each head coach, Cody Blair of Lakeview, and Randy Denson of the Henley Hornets, for working with us in the broadcast tonight. Of course, thanks to all those gentlemen for making this evening possible for us on mybasin.com. Final score, the Hornets improving to 5-5 on the season, coming away with a 49-38 victory. This is Josh Eldridge wishing you a Merry Christmas and good night from inside the Hornets' nest.